Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me okay? Are we coming through? Uh-oh. Oh no. You guys can't see what's happening, but my hair, my oh, one of my cheap rubber bands just kind of failed me. Now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a little weird for me this morning because I've decided to just not have any earbuds and I'm trying to just listen to some music that I would listen to, but I don't want to get copyrighted, but I feel like I'm not even live if I don't have like a headset on or something like that. But uh yeah, this is going to get on my nerves. Darn it, and I spent time on this today. All right. Technically, I started early with the intro, so I'm gonna give me like a minute to fix this because this is gonna drive me crazy. A pet peeve of Tabitha's is to have her hair like just fall. I can't. I will be right back. Good morning, everybody. Oh, okay. All right. Let's try that again. I just popped in another butterfly. Hopefully that will keep my space buns. Uh but good morning. Good morning. Yes, trust me, DL, I could. But I see you guys. Good morning there. DL, the real Steven TV, Tara Crystal, and sorry, I ran up my stairs. Real fake, what? Real life fake wizard. And I know, what was it yesterday? I think when I made the stream, Staccato DDS was the first one to comment. But the problem is that when you comment the day before, it like disappears. Uh oh. Great. Everything's falling apart, man. It's just like the other day. It's like the other day. All right, hang on. My iPad screen decided to stop sharing. Whew. I slept phenomenally. Yes, indeed I did. Here we go. Thank you for asking. I hope everybody did as well. So, I don't know if you can hear the music that I have on in the background. Hey, History Eraser button. Happy morning stream. I know it's been a while since I've streamed. And like I was saying the other day, I had a touch of the sun, not the sunscreen, but the sun poison, and it just messed me up. And you know, when you have like a routine and a schedule, oh, good, you can't hear it. Good, then I can just listen to what I want to. I'm sorry, you guys get no music today. Suffer, but when you have like a routine and then you get sick or whatever, and it like throws you, it is so hard to get back into the routine. But here we are trying to. Hey, here we go. What? Real Wadden, Real Wade Nation Gaming. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here. All right. So you saw the title. We're doing Snow White, but better. And how could it be better? Well, one of you guys, in the one of the community posts, I said if I did Snow White arc, what should I do? And somebody, you guys gave a lot of suggestions, a lot of suggestions. And Terra Crystal, I don't use sunscreen anymore because it doesn't necessarily, well, it kind of works and it kind of doesn't work. And I've talked to some medical people, and there are actual carcinogenics, fancy word for bad stuff in sunscreen. So I believe in moisturizer and sun protection. My mistake was that I didn't wear a hat and I didn't stay hydrated. I know exactly what I did wrong. That's not gonna happen because I spend a lot of time in the sun. I love me the sun, but I stopped using sunscreen. Um, I stopped using sunscreen and I just practice sun protection. Wear a hat. I typically always take a blouse or something like that with me, a loose fitted blouse when I'm out in the sun. And you rotate, you take on, you take off, all that good stuff. The X-tan, it's minimally there. Like if you look for it, then you can see. But if you know, then you know. But if you don't know, it's kind of hard to see. But it's there. Anyway, I'm not the only one that messes up for real. So anyway, I'm community tab. What would I do? And you guys had ideas, and the one that stuck out to me the most was this right here. What if we did Snow White, but it was in my world or our world? Yeah, I'm okay now. So what also would happen is I don't regularly keep like my hair when it's down. I don't keep it parted. I'm always like tossing it or putting it up in a ponytail or whatever like that. So the top of my head is specifically the skin does not get a lot of direct sunlight. And because I was so engaged in having fun with my friend and just walking around and doing whatever, when I got back, I saw that I had red on my hairline back here and I knew that was going to be a problem. I knew that was gonna be a problem. My head, like, specifically, like, here and stuff like that, it's not accustomed to getting direct sunlight for hours on end. So I know that that was one of the contributing factors as well. Pick someone else to play Snow White. Well, there's that. But look, guys, so this is my attempt at doing Snow White. You might recognize some of these characters, but let's go in. We are changing a couple of things. But if you guys remember from the book, a lot of our characters, so let's zoom in here. So our main character there is a Volan, right? Don't call them fairies because they get upset about that. But, I'm not gonna do Dastian, our main Volan. I'm gonna change it into a female and have a lot of the Snow White characteristics and everything like that. You can see the little wings and stuff like that there in the background. And this is just a rough sketch, right? So we're just kind of giving ourselves an idea of what this could look like. This is not obviously the final stages. And then over here, we have our famous this little Carl, and we got Guts over here. I was like, how can I make a parasitic tail look cute? And so I just kind of gave him a little extra curves, and then I made the spikes a lot bigger, like fatter. That's just the easiest way to make things look cute. And Carl, of course, looking very angry as always. Oh, baby Carl. Over here on the shoulder, we haven't done a um digital form of Gus yet, but that's Gus, right? Our pango not our pang quackalin, our quackalin. It's a mix of like a duck and a pangolin and something else, crocodile. I think he has like crocodile hands or something like that. So there's that. And then over here, oh look, it's gonna be the world's famousest um Empnar, little baby donker. And he cute. He's so cute. Have to dive, says History Eraser button on into work. Just popped in for a bit. Hope you have a fun Thank you so much for being here, man, over there on Kick. Appreciate you. And then going on up here, we have Keffin. Now he looks terrible, but again, this is just a rough sketch. We're gonna clean him up. None of these are finalized. It's just to have an idea. There's Keffin. Over here, we've got Fredward Frisk, our little Dwelf. So cute. Um, but unfortunately, and I have to figure this out. Maybe we'll have to make a new character now. But unfortunately, we only have 6 dwarves. We don't have a 7th. So we'll have to figure that one out. I know we had like Horatio and then there was Tuerto, the dragon. Then, of course, we had, like, a couple of, uh, sea creatures, but that won't work here, so we'll have to figure out what the 7th could possibly be. By the way, I'm sad because one of my favoriteest mugs, my Canadian bear mug here, got a chip in it. I don't know if you can see that. We are sad. Good thing I have 2, but I'm sad. Sold quite a few of these. What was it, like 3 years ago? And so then, because I wanted to have kinda like this movie poster vibe, up here at the top, if anybody's back from the day, you remember when we did the evil character? I don't we didn't what was his name? Oh, man. I have to go get the book now. Um, we've got our evil character. This is still in this very rough sketch. Even when I made him in the book, I was like, "This isn't the final form." It's kind of got the idea, but it's not exactly where I wanna go, so this is just, again, a rough sketch, and I just kind of put, like, together a little weird sandcastle thing, um, and I just to give myself an idea, like, to balance it out. So probably over in this area here will the castle will kind of be maybe some mountains or something like that. But yeah, this would be my take then on a Snow White poster, but in my world. And that's a lot of fun, I think. Diz the Jizz, 4 to 7, I was about to ask. Yeah, but you don't drink from that side. Well, no, but there is something about having broken dishes that is icky. It's but you know what the funny part is that when I hold it, my thumb, it's literally the perfect size for my thumb. So, yeah, I don't really like having broken dishes. Yeah, this is gonna be fun, and then I just kinda put some trees and some grass to give myself an idea of what this would look like. So, I'm trying to figure out how I did this. It's been a little while, so what character are we working on today? I have a couple of, like, even, like, since we're on the topic of, like, Snow White and stuff, like, some Snow White facts, a lot of people don't know. Well, they might now. It seems like we have a lot of, information. We're like the age of information. I think I'm gonna go work on evildoer number 1. Hey, it's Juliet. Good morning, good afternoon to you. Happy. I think we're gonna rework this character. So, um, the thing about this character too is like the story that I was kind of envisioning for our characters was that um this guy, uh whatever his name was, I forgot, um that he was supposed to want to turn human. And so he became like a deformed version. So he is also a chiropanthea, which is what Carl is, right? And so I was trying to make a deformed version of that wanted to be human. Because in this world, there really aren't humans. It's almost like they disappeared. They erased. And because we were the creatures of the land that if you will, created the whole world to what it was, and then for whatever reason we disappeared, haven't worked all of that out. Um, this guy figured there had to have been something very powerful. You know, it's kinda like the whole lost civilization thing with, like, the Mayans and whatnot. It's like, what secrets did they have? And, humans kinda like Planet of the Apes things, like, humans were always the superior species, so I wanna be that. There must have been something about you could even say, was it King Louis in the Jungle Book? There was something about being human that equivalated to power. Um how about something with 4 tall legs similar to a doe for the next dwarf? I'll have to see. Yeah, there could be a little space over here, trying to figure out the composition. It'd be kind of cute to have something down here too, maybe. Excuse me. Or, I mean, something flying up here, make a doe with wings. But let's see if we can work on him. I don't mind his face per se. I'm gonna duplicate him and get rid of that one. But I have a reference. So I actually typed in like a lion. What did I write? A werewolf lion or weir lion or something like that, or a bat lion vampire, I think, or a lion vampire is what I typed in. And I got this really, really cool. Let me see. I got this super duper cool picture I think I could share with you that I'd like to mimic some of the features if I could find it, just so you guys have an idea of what that looks like. Well, where is he? Huh, how strange. I know I have it. I'm literally staring right at it, but it's not. There it is. Here it is. There we go. Um, the problem is that um trying to make it more human is the problem. So I mean, I kind of when I worked with like let's see, remove when I worked with this guy, obviously I made like a smaller, more of a cranium, you know, and then I a little bit more slender of a body. You guys are distracted by the stuff behind me. Yeah, I've got Pokemon. I've got a little snow bear. I've got my childhood best friend. I have a Yorkie. Oops. Well, Yorkie. I got sloth over there. A little sloth. Got a munchlings. All kinds of stuff. Focus, Leonard. Okay. Kind of like the Isle of Dr. Monroe. You could say that too. It's not like they're butchering animals or something like this. This, of course, has to do with like magic and stuff like that. But yeah, I really, really like the way this looks. I wish I had thought of it, and I liked it a lot. But this is what we have. I already altered this guy from the original. So here's the page from the book. Hang on, let me. I'll put that here. So that's what the original guy looks like. Which he still looks pretty menacing. I like him a lot, but, and I don't have a lot of time to, so and that's me trying to alter it a little bit. I don't have a lot of time with this, so I wonder if maybe the nose needs to be adjusted. But, hey, Wendy, hello, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. But let me just go ahead and get kind of started here. If I can alter his face a little bit. I'm gonna get rid of these little golem hairs because nothing says unhealthy and weirdo like unhealthy golem hairs. Am I right? Am I right? By the way, I have him. Like I have a Build a Bear version of him right there. So cute. So cute. Best $16 I ever spent. All right, so he definitely has like this now that I've erased some of these lines, he's definitely got like this cat like quality to him. Um I'm good, Wendy. I'm good. I slept amazingly. I'm not sure why, but I did. And but I like the idea that the snout might be a little lower. We're gonna give it a try. I've duplicated this. So I'm not the best with animal faces because I mean we've done pretty good with some of our original characters here, but this is like on a whole other level, I guess. Sort of, kind of. All right. So if I just kind of the guy from the book looks friendlier than this guy. Yeah, it's because I added the teeth and I tried to make his eyes look a little more like Carl's, the original Carl's. And this one, I'm taking some liberties with baby Carl because baby Carl has bigger eyes, and that's just one easy way to make things look cute. All right, so let's see. This guy, I kind of love the bat nose thing, which let me make this a little smaller as we sketch. We're just kind of using it as a reference. So it's just kind of like this weird mushroom thing growing on his face. I don't know if I like hang on. It's like this little I mean, there's that, and then this one kinda goes up, and then we're just kinda sketching. Yeah, hope everybody's okay. Living your best life out there. Yeah, now he just looks like a pig. I don't no. We might have to Tolls was a member for 1 month. Welcome to the red paintbrush crew. I think that's how that works, right? So big eyes equal cute. Yes. Yes. You look at characters like Grogu and stuff like that. Um, it like projects innocence. Projects innocence. That's like I don't know if any of you have seen um like the little animation of Lucas the spider in an attempt to try to qualm some of the fears that people have about spiders and stuff like that. There are some animators that were like, "What if we made a spider cute?" And he's kind of like one of these tarantula-looking spiders. You ever seen, like, those garden spiders that kind of look like fat tarantulas, but they're, like, this big? They're kinda cute the way that they move. I'm not a huge spider person, but they are kinda cute. Well, they did a really good job, and one of the ways to make any horrifying creature look cute is to big eyes. You'll notice that your Disney princesses, not a single one of them has small eyes. Even Mulan has bigger eyes. It was a little bit more of a serious film, I feel, so she looked a little bit more a little less cutesy or whatever than the rest of them. But, yeah. Right, so he's supposed to look angry. See, expressions are also what's really hard for Tabitha. I know it's like, it's the furrowed brow. Oops. We might have to restart this guy. Maybe I should just trace over the other guy. I mean, just to get another we're just kinda sketching. It's half the reason anime is so popular. I don't know if that's half the reason why it's so popular, but it's definitely a contributing factor. So, what's interesting too with the study of anime is that, um, it's like, why don't the anime characters, number 1, look Japanese, or Asian at all? Um, and why they don't really have human features. Like, if you look at a human's face and you look at an anime character, the proportions are ridiculous and they don't make sense. And because anime is meant to be all about the cute. I wonder if his eyes are too far apart. I know this one is too high. Um, it's because anime characters are based off of cats. Did you guys know that? The concept of anime characters are based off of cats because cats are cute. And if you look at their faces, you can fit them in there. One thing that's probably throwing off my character is number 1, I've got way too many details in here before I even finish. I know it was like concept art, but like let's just minimize some of this here. Um, is that if he's turned this way, we probably wouldn't see quite as much of his head. So here we go. Guy reminds me of Beast from the Beauty and the Beast series in 1986. I may have seen snippets of that. It's English, right? It's the English version, right? Here we go. We got some like Nosferatu wrinkles or something. And maybe we get rid of this here because we don't know why that's there just yet. Because I think with the way his head's turned, we wouldn't really see his much of his eye. Maybe not. Let's see. This guy's kind of turned, but he's not turned quite as much as this one. Man, this is a struggle bus. I should have a reference for that too, and I have elected the way of pain and suffering. So there would be something here. Up a little higher. think that makes a little more maybe, like, angled. Well, we're still working on it, but, yeah, we gotta get some of, like, these proportions and stuff right. His head is probably a little too tall. We'll just get rid of that ear. Yeah, that's the same thing with not the same thing, it's the thing with anime too, where it's like they wanted variety because everybody in Asia looks the same, which is, of course, we know not true, but there are no blue-eyed people, there's no naturally blue-eyed people unless they've intermixed and all this kinda stuff. I don't know. So he wouldn't really have a snout, right, if it was kind of pushed in because it's regressing because of 'cause it's trying he is attempting to look more human. Hey, Mars Monkey Max. Mhm. And then we're just gonna put his little ear over here just to give ourselves an idea where that's at. He'd have a curved nostril. It also depends on the bat that you're looking at because chiropenthias are a mix between lions and bats. Um, I forget which type of bat this one is. Oh, so interesting. He has this reference that I'm looking at. Oh, yeah, let's get rid of the cloak for a second. I like that angle. See, this is the problem is that I drew all the clothing and everything like that without again, it was just a rough sketch. This is cleanup time. This is cleanup time. So, this is adjustments. No, it depends on the bat. Some bats don't have snouts. They have flat faces. This one like his goes like way back. And so it's interesting is like he has a split in his bottom lip. Let's see. I need all right. I like it. However, what we're gonna do is delete that. I still worry. I still have my original reference here, but we need to start over. I'm gonna make this guy a little bit more transparent. So what we need to do, start over. Just how it is. This is the cycle of life. The circle of life. So if we wanted him to be kind of humanistic, we got to start off with the head. Got to start out, just like our little, whoops, like our little friend down here. Started off with the big circle. Put it up here a little bit. The reference has a snout. Yeah, I guess you could say that. But it's I don't know, when I was thinking snout, I'm thinking like a regular lion or like a golden retriever, something that kinda comes out. This reference is kind of like smooshed snout, I guess, is what I was thinking. Alright, so this guy, the way this guy's not quite turned as much. That's the other thing too. Finding the right reference. So how would I word that? A curved lion face. Of course, it's gonna give me a bunch of ridiculous crap first that's not real. Okay, he's kind of turned. I need like looking over his shoulder. How about looking over his shoulder? Okay, gotta find the right amount. There we are. Hello, beautiful. Interesting. So, how about also like a drawing, like a lion head drawing sketch. So it starts off with a circle too. Makes sense, pretty much all. I just thought because their craniums or their skull is a little bit differently shaped. But this is like terrible. Yeah, they all start off with circles and then you just kind of carve them in. Good to know. Let's put you over here for a second, friend. Okay, I didn't. There we go. Oh, I hate the way that Google does these things. All right. Snouts almost sounds like snoot in Dutch. I don't know if I said that correctly. Snout. Okay. All right. So we got that. So how to make it come in a little bit? Of course, he's friggin' flipped. All right. Well, then we'll have to do it this way, and then we'll flip ours. So this kind of comes in and gets a little lumpy. I'm gonna turn this off because it's gonna throw me off right now. This kind of comes into wow. Hey, Jacob Ironside. Good morning. We are attempting the impossible here. It's a good portion, good way. I have never drawn a lion head in my life, so this is, and then so the circle, so like the snout kind of. What in the freaky doo are we doing? I'm not good with proportions. I'm a self-taught artist, so you guys are learning with me. So a little grace, please, because we don't know what we're doing. We're just gonna again get the rough kind of. I don't think. I think it's not far enough apart. It's a pretty good distance apart. I wonder if animals are like humans, where hey John, where the distance of like our eyes here. Well, the distance of our eyes is if you would place an eye between our eyes. But also, I don't know if you guys know this, but your nostrils, like when you're drawing faces and you're trying to figure out where everything needs to go, one way, your nostrils always end at the inner corners of your eyes. And so I just kind of wonder if animals are like that too, because I'm looking at this lion and his nose. And yeah, I got to back this up a little bit. See, there we go. His nose looks like it does the same thing. We're just kind of almost snoot is a Dutch dialect version of snit. We're just gonna kind of draw the lion's nose. This is a much shorter face. I can already tell. Oops. Shorter face than it needs to be, but that's okay. Again, we'll kind of correct things as we go. Kind of got a lion vibe to it. That's true. You think about like a shark. I guess I think more like mammals, perhaps. Well, whales don't count either. Never mind. Um, just kind of like these little chubby cheek things that come under the eye. This kind of like bleeds out this way to let us have the snout. Fascinating study. I should work on animals more. Obviously, it would be beneficial. They've got like they always have like these bump things that are like their excuse me, their eyebrows. So fascinating. My dogs have that too. Okay, so yeah, much higher. I'm gonna erase. I'm gonna go ahead and erase a little bit. The forbidden. This, I think, needs to come out and come in. Let's see what that does for us. Yeah, there's supposed to be more space. Yeah, what if we made this more angular? It does kind of look like he's turning his head. I'm not gonna lie. I think he looks pretty good. I think you could kind of tell what we were making at the first glance. It's amazing to me too how much black a lot of the cat creatures have. They say that is to protect their eyes from the sun. That's what they say. Yeah, exactly. They're part of the eyebrows. They're so weird because they're just like you can see, especially like if you have yeah, Yorkies or Rottweilers, Yorkie puppies, because they look like little Rottweilers, and they just kind of these little dots just kind of move. So funny. All right, and then they've got this thing here. Just lets them know, and then okay. I didn't think I did too badly. Like I think you could tell what this is. Like, this is a very rough sketch, obviously. Man, I should just make a career of rough sketching. So that way I wouldn't have to do any of the rest of the art, the the work. Yeah, there's some that just have that spot. Jack Russells are a lot of energy from what I've been told. Remember who you are. I just saw a headline for the death of a popular K-pop artist. His name was Wee Sung. There you go. Okay. Now, the only thing is that if I wanted, if I wanted to make him, whoops, because he's a little too cute looking. So that's another thing about the eyes; they're big, and he looks good. If I was doing a study and a sketch of the lions, then, well, then here we are. We're off to a good start. Okay, but the problem is that I'm not doing that. But this also gives us a good foundation then to potentially work with our other character. So let's just clean this up a little bit here so we can see what we can do. Feel like this comes in a little too much. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it does stick out. It's pretty prominent. This comes down though a lot more. Hey, it's Miss Martin Muses. How are you? How are you? Oh, there's your classic wave and a rose. And a Dega Outlaw. Hello, hello. So this needs to get a little different here. I mean, because we're not actually trying to do a lion, right? We're just trying to get an idea of where everything is proportioned, and then we will alter it with the bat slash human formula. But we need a foundation. So, yeah. Anti-derivative Jill says hello with a Vulcan sign. Nice. All right, so this is out pretty far, but the thing is, then it comes down, like it lines up a little bit with this. So maybe this part needs to come out more. It's a pretty good distance. Pretty good distance. Here we go. Nope. Nope. If I look at my reference, he's got like a bright patch of yellow behind him, so the beige part of his face kind of blends in a little bit, but it looks like it's actually a little more down like that, which I like that look better. Yeah, I don't see, he's got a mane too. Should have chosen a lioness, so it's kinda like, okay, where does this section go, but that's okay. Um, Again, it's just meant to be the reference. Alright. Yeah, that part's out pretty good. So, we'll just let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. I mean, that looks so weird. It's so funny when you start, like, trying to mimic, drawings, and it's just or not mimic drawings, but, like, you start drawing and you do the study and you're like, "Is this really what" it's like if you start drawing hands, like, if you practice hands, which I need to do, um, you're gonna start looking and I'm like, "Is this really what our hands look like? This looks stupid. It looks creepy." No, no ponytails for this guy. No ponytails for this guy. Alright. So this probably would need to come over more too. But okay, so for those that are new here, by the way, why we call this Snow White is that we're doing this with original characters. And these are my original characters. And we've got a whole gaggle of them there. We're just missing one that would turn this into Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Right now we just have six. But my original evil character guy right here, if I turn Mufasa off, I really like that. I was gonna do like kind of like this evil queen vibe thing here, but I don't know. He doesn't look bad. I really could have just cleaned him up instead of gone this whole lion route, but I don't know. But I mean, obviously I can see where there are issues, but again, it was just meant to be like, okay, here's the reference because like there's something up with his nose, but that's okay. Again, we can still kind of tell what it is. The other thing too is like if you want to make your creatures look more intense, more intimidating, you don't want them to be so cute, is to have harsher angles, right? Don't have round. So like if I would kind of, it's just something about it. You'll start noticing like evil people and their costumes and whatnot. They'll have harsher lines, bolder this, bolder that, because there's just something about rounded shapes. Here, we'll give them some bulges. Oh, that's kind of cool. Accidents. Happy accidents. All right. Let's go back to where we were. I wasn't upset about it. So I wonder if I can. I mean, again, I know his face is kind of like bent a little bit, but if we were to higher up, give him some like weird ears. That's the one reason too why I shrank his ears because he was meant to be transforming into, human. Something like this. But now he just kind of looks cute. So he looks like a weird cat that has been lost out in the wilderness for too long. So, well, we might have to come back to this character. I don't know, like something. is off. So what happens if we take this character and then, or this face, we're going to flip it. And then we need to erase something that's going on over here. Well, there's something over here that's, there we go. And we modify. Whoops. At least to give us some idea of where things went wrong, but always a potential. This needs to be the top of the head. Yeah, but they were way off. They were way off. All right. So we kind of got something. I can always maybe hang on, let's duplicate, get rid of that. I'm not very familiar with the liquefy tool. But they're supposed to be you can do all kinds of weird stuff. But like his face is meant to be altered. We see you can do all kinds of weird stuff to it. All right. And it goes back. Reconstruct. I don't even know what that means. What would you do? What does this do? Nothing. Okay. But it's really cool because then you can have like crystals. Like see all these little weird crystals coming out. I don't need that to take place, but expand, twirl, push. Maybe oh, we don't want the distortion too high. Maybe that's what it is. We can erase some of those things. What if we brought and we would have to lift the face because humans have smaller features. And then I want to try something. And then we're on the right layer, right? And then we would give him the wonky ears. The more you learn. Hey, Melissa, good morning. Thank you. We had a problem with this one. I can feel it falling still. My elastic band snapped. Tabitha, you can hear some noises in the background. Yeah, there's like people outside doing stuff and whatnot. They're like literally right out my home. Somebody's mowing the yard, and there's like, yeah, there's stuff. Let me see. Let me see something here. What do I need? I need something. Right back. And we got some of the musica in there. Hopefully it's not too loud. You guys let me know. But all right, let's see if what we can do to this character to make him look a little more batty. My name is Batty. Let me go back to my original reference. He's got the wide face. Maybe we get rid of this little line. We're gonna get rid of these things. Well, actually, maybe leave them there. Might be helpful. There's an echo? Why would there be an echo? Technology. Alright, so let's change the color. Make this higher up. Hey, it's Dom H over there on Kick. How are you, Dom? Did you sleep well? Are you doing all right? We're doing our version of Snow White with my original characters. Excuse me. And, yeah. Tara Crystal out here spreading misinformation. Should be ashamed of yourself. Alright, so maybe going down and we're shorten things. And maybe, yeah, I'm going to cut some corners here and see what happens. Probably should have done this on a different layer, but let's see. Yeah, I kind of dig this. Yeah, he is meant to be like kind of deformed, so I think that's one thing that we can kind of get away with. And then we will change his eyes too. Excuse me. So these ones had his eyes way over yonder. I wonder if we should, yeah. I think that would look better too, but maybe up a little higher. It's all coming together now. Let's get rid of these eyes. Get rid of these eyes. See what that gives us. Sometimes you just have to start at the beginning, have no idea what you're doing, in order for it to all come to light. It's just part of the artist's journey, my friends. It's just part of the artist's journey. This is kind of this particular eye looks a little too big, but it's okay. I think I want to raise that. We'll just kind of see what that looks like. Slowly get rid of some of our reference points and see what that does for us. Angry. Yeah, maybe we should just kind of go up into the head like this. And maybe we should go back to the old nostril thing. I don't know. We wouldn't see really the other side. Do you think, yeah. But see, now I'm thinking of two different kinds of bats. I'm going back to the original. It's kind of like this instead. But actually, that might not be so bad because we've already altered his face so much that it might behoove us to kind of return back to what we were doing because I liked it. He looked sinister. I liked that. Excuse me. I just would have to kind of rework how this went. Yeah, I mean, he looks fuller faced too, so that's good. Fuller faced, that's good too. And then this would go up into the other side. So I've messed up slightly here then. I don't know that we necessarily needed to have that outline. But this might need to come in. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Morning phlegm. No, he won't have bulging red eyes. Yeah, because it would be flat. I have to. It's like it's interesting when you're drawing and you're learning to draw. You have to consider like 3-dimensional in a 2-dimensional surface. So we're gonna get rid of his little. Let me get rid of this for a second. Although it kind of seemed like it helped. Let's. Ooh, yeah. Maybe it's because it's red, but it's like this is much better looking for sure. Let's color in his nostril things. And then just kind of play around with. Let me see that side. Oh, believe me, Wendy, I've been drinking the water. It happens in the mornings. It happens in the mornings. I've actually been doing really well with my water check. I have like this journal. It's like a doodling calendar. I got it last year, obviously. And it's so cool because there's different places to doodle on it, but also you can see here, it gives you an idea of how much water you should keep track of. And then in between, well, number one, it's got like, you can see at the top, it's got little things you can color. And then it has the full month, of course. And then in between, you got like little colorful pages, to-dos and stuff. And then it's got actual like sketching, like graph paper and doodle paper in between, which is super cool. So it's just now become like this. It's really cool. Like once you start, a habit and you go do the habit checking and whatnot, kind of fun. Right, so this little area over here looks super cool too. I don't know what that would do. It's just kind of neat looking. Let's see. What happens if I like the harsh lines. Let's see what happens when I get rid of it. What does that do? Oh. Well, forget what I said. I think this part is too high. Maybe. And then I think we need to release. He's already got his little. I think this meant to go down further. He's kind of a little demonic creature, isn't it? Yeah, it's kind of like a journaling calendar. I like that. I like it a lot. Very helpful. All right, this is very soft over here. And that's not. He's very kind of cutesy chubby over here. We can't have that. Gotta fix that somehow. Just kind of play around with some ideas here. Is it this thing? Yeah, it's part of the reason. Go back to the chubby face, which won't last because it's ridiculous looking. But if I kind of get rid of this too. Just kind of playing around with some ideas here. Let me clean up some of these black lines. They might be throwing me off a little bit. This like right here is this area here. It's like indicating a very harsh cheekbone. It's kind of like it's not terrible, but hey, Larry Knight, looks like Smoo. Dear God, I hope not. Maybe in the mornings, pre-coffee. We're figuring it out. This line is I was watching somebody this morning that was like doing a challenge of 300 hands. Like that was his challenge of drawing 300 hands. Hands are one of the most despised things to draw. And because they're difficult, they're weird, it's a whole thing. And but I was like, that's not a bad challenge. Like maybe it wouldn't need to be 300. Even he was like, okay, 300 is kind of excessive. But he was like, it's not a bad idea, because repetition is beneficial. And then even he's a professional artist, but even he could see the improvement that he made, and that after a while he could just draw hands without reference, which of course is the ultimate goal, and just how much more believable they were, how much more realistic they were. And I've thought about it. I was like, maybe I should try doing that. It took him 10 hours to draw 300 hands. 10 hours. Okay. Oh, what if I gave him like little, jowl things? This is still, so this is a little bit wonky, this thing over here. It's not really making a sense. So I think this doesn't make any sense either. So that would be his nostril. And it's like, what even is this? I guess it's the indication of his snout. If he still he's supposed to have like a flat one, So, meanwhile, I've cut the broccoli for dinner and now I'm waiting for the rest of the dishes. It's a good idea. Yeah, it's a good idea to do things, 100 plus times Now we're just kind of filling in some details, but his head is really weird back here. Alright, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Obviously, his widow's peak won't stay there. He's reading, yeah, I mean, he's got, like, more doggish, his other ear, I think, is supposed to be a little. It's a little lopsided, I ain't gonna lie. It's a little. Here, I wanted his head all kind of weird looking too. I wanted it all bumpy and bruised and knobby because it's supposed to be disfigured, I'll figure that out. Like this guy over here has got like a wide head. Ooh, okay, no. Yeah, his face isn't still quite as smushed as I figured it needed to be. He still, I think, looks too much like what Carl looks like originally. That's kind of weird. And that's just kind of like understanding, like learning to understand what do you know, what do you not know, what works, what doesn't work. He's not really supposed to be a vampire, by the way, guys. I mean, he kind of just looks like a dog. I don't know how to properly do like an animal human catastrophe thing. It's gonna take a lot. I also feel like this is supposed to come down more. I feel it looks to me like, because you'll notice like this line here, this area was up higher. But I kind of like this flatness, so I wonder if I have this sticking out too far. Kind of helps flatten the face a little more too. You have some little wrinkly folds. It's like, but does this translate as his weird nose? I wonder. I think. Ooh. That looks better. Still having problems with this area. He just looks like a dog. He doesn't look like a human. Unless I give him more human. Let me see. I need to stare at my own face. Okay, so there would still. No, there wouldn't be. Okay. Oops. I know, it's weird. It's weird being Oh, it looks so much cooler when it's like the whole eye, though. Kind of like Carl. Carl has the whole eye and with beaming light, which definitely adds to his creepy factor. And then if we wanted to add like the coat thing, and then add his creepy, just looks so much like a, well, hang on, I'm supposed to make him figured. Hey, it's Tommy. I'm doing good. Just trying to struggle through my horrible dog creature that is not supposed to be a dog. He's looking a lot better, sort of, when we started. So, like, but at the same time, he's not really going in the direction that I wanted him to go. So, like, just go back. Like, I feel like he looks a lot more deformed in the first one, and I think I really like the way that our character has developed, but at the same time I don't. Looks like a mix of Panthro from Thundercats and Doggos and Ghostbusters. See, it's not doing well. Hey, Mid-Bower 1 over there on Kick. Good to see you. I think it's because he has the gels. So so up top is pretty good. I wonder if if he just needs a more human-looking mouth, because he is supposed to trying to become, human. So what if we shortened this? We got to kind of start over again, and that's the way. It's just kind of sketch in something here. I don't know what I'm doing. No, that was terrible. All right, so how do I take this to make it human? How do I make this human? I'm only human. So if it would stop here, and we're just going to pretend. Let's draw some human features. I mean, I'm also very bad at lips, so we're just going to do generic mouth just to kind of get an idea of where things could go, how this could look. Just have to have a start of the foundation and cut it. So what if we cut that this way, and then over here he doesn't really have lips, and it just kind of goes into a chin. So it doesn't really go into, so we just go into a smaller one. I mean, it's still horrible looking right now, but like, I wonder if also I made him smiling. He's supposed to be menacing and cruel. I think this. Oh, check out Beauty of the Beast and the Beast series with Linda Hamilton, and you can see how they did turn the human and in the Beast back then. Maybe. All right. Looking up. Yeah. I've seen pictures of this. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little more what you're right. Oh, he's turned sideways. I found the reference picture. Wendy! Shout out to Wendy. Actually turned the way that I want him to be. So, okay, so what are we doing here? So he's kind of got let's Wendy knows what's up. She know what she's doing. Okay. Hey, psychotic mongoose, what is up? Okay, so let's get rid of this. And then hang on, where's my freaking mouse? Let me turn this off real quickly. Maybe try this one. I don't know. All right. So he kind of it's down this ways a little bit and just kind of gently parts and just kind of goes downward. I mean, he still has a face. Oh no, it's like okay, so this would have to get gone. Oh no, human anatomy. This one, oh, it's out pretty far. They put the prosthetics on his cheekbones. Yeah, because this would be hidden. Oh, let's clean up here. Coming in. Oh man, we might have to go back to the whole circle. This kind of chin. Do a little chinny chin. Of course, his hair is messing up everything. Gosh, they did quite the makeup job on this guy. It looks fantastic. Looks fantastic. And of course, we gotta give him his teeth. Ha ha ha. We'll do that later. Is this a Thundercat or just a random cat person? So he's meant to be the evil person in our Snow White poster. I'm not having a bad hair day. I just had a malfunction. So we were doing our original characters. This was my original evil character, and I probably should have just stuck with him. But here we are. He's supposed to be deformed. Biker mice from Mars? Heck yeah. He had like this. He used to be like flat faced, kind of. Well, let me see something here. Oh, did I just figure out liquefy? This is why it's so hard going live and doing these things. Yes, that's right. Psychotic Mongoose has been subscribed over on Kick for almost a year. He gonna get a fancy number next to his name over there. Right now he's stuck at 9. I don't know why. Kick's kind of weird about some of that stuff, but number 12, it's on its way. It's on its way. give him like slits to really make him look angry. I mean, and then let's just yeah, he would have like all the wrinkles in his head and stuff like that. But let's give him the let's give him the Smeagol treatment. Just kind of see how that looks. I mean, I mean, still not 100% what I envision, but to be fair, I don't exactly myself know what exactly I envision. But this is a lot closer to it. And this is just again the rough sketch, so it's but nah, Wendy for the win. This is oh shoot, should have gotten rid of hang on. Carving. I don't know if I should give him the teeth or not. 'Cause I think that looks a little too stereotype. Like maybe that's one of the things he loses, you know, is the teeth. Maybe they're just smaller. Yeah, maybe they're just like I don't know. He's got the same hair that I do? All right. My hair is a lot fuller than this guy's hair. So, dear God, if I had hair like this, you'd never see me live again. Hello, Rahim. How are you? How are you doing today? Sleep okay? Have any interesting dreams? Well, it's tiny because I kind of wondered if it needed to be small because he again is supposed to be kind of turning human. So having big teeth, because I mean humans don't have teeth that big. And okay, I'm American. Hope you still have a great day. I think that actually leaving out the teeth makes him more creepy. I mean, he's still not done. To be fair, also, this other guy, his mouth kind of like, oh, maybe this is what it needs to be. It extends down this way or up higher. So maybe that's another thing. I am beautiful today. Thank you. Tell that to DL, who thinks that my hair is falling out, apparently. Thinks I'm going bald. I have to be careful when people tell me that I'm beautiful because the last guy on Kick that did that then told me he wanted to make me his fourth wife and feed me petroleum for breakfast. So, pardon me if I'm a little cautious and people, What happens if you draw his mouth a bit more open? We can try. I kind of like that. He's a little more cheeky, but maybe you never know. Right now, that is much nicer. Let me see. Rahimd, if that's how you pronounce your name, says, I am like the crescent moon of Ramadan, shining in the night because you're beautiful. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, Kick is wild, guys. Kick is wild. I've had some of the most degenerate people in the entire world in my chat. Kind of got like this. I'm good. I'm good. We're just struggling through our little character here. How do you eat petroleum products? By the spoonful, apparently. Nobody should be doing that, by the way. I seem to be Russian. Oh. Or him hit me where it hurts, man. Ugh. Ugh. I know, right, Jacob? It's like this weird backhanded compliment, which it's not. I did tell him that I will not settle, you know. I appreciate the offer, but I would never settle for anything but first, If you're going to have 4 wives, I've got to be number 1. Sorry. I can't settle for fourth place. Am I French? No, I'm American. I'm American. That's who I am. It's what I am. Proud to be. Yes, indeed. Freedom. But of course, everybody has their place in this world. God loves everybody. All right. Larry Knight has gifted subs to the community. I'm going to throw in some Larry Knights in the chat. Oh, well, I totally messed that up. Wait, I was about to flood my chat with Larry Knights and retro collectives and like mongoose and all that stuff. Let me throw it out there. Thank you, Larry. That's so nice. I can't, guys, if you didn't know, by the way, I can't wait. Oh, Larry, I got your other gift. Over there. The palette. Oh, man, I can't wait to start painting. It's going to be amazing. He got me what's called the wet palette. And so it's to keep your paints from drying out so that you can use them over the course of a couple of days, which is such a problem, particularly with acrylic paint. So, yes. I will enjoy it. Thank you. And then, of course, I have to show these off because they're so beautiful. But then he did get me these amazing dice that I can't wait to use for the next art party that have the one ring in them. Oh, gorgeous. It's a whole set of dice. I'm so fancy. And then what's really cool, too, is that they've got a dragon on the box. Yeah, I guess we could do that over there. Yeah, we don't really do that over in Kick, and we should, right? So, he gave 10. Here we go. Let's dance like dinosaurs. I forgot that I had that on loop. Let me turn that off. We're just a hot mess of something today. Oh my god. Well, I had somebody call me inbred trailer trash. I guess I took it as a compliment. Sure. It just means that you look unique, Jacob. you look unique. My room is very beautiful. Well, I have a lot of stuffed animals. You should never feel second in any relationship, especially any other number. Only number 1. I mean, like I said, if there's going to be 4 of us, I got to be number 1. Of course not. That would be terrible. All right. So he would have. Okay. I think for the sake of this picture, I'm not saying for the sake of. What is it? Oh, he has like a. Hang on. I'm about to make this amazing declaration. And then I'm like, hang on a second. Let's get rid of his cloak here, too. I think it's distracting. That we've gone. I wonder. Is like, kind of got like this longer chin thing going here. See what that does for us. A little too macho. So let's see. This kind of goes in. Man, what is it about this guy? Is it this thing? still makes him look too wolfy or not wolfy, lion and like the harsh angles of that little area in there. Oh man. Oh no, man. Split his face wide open right there. Um, for anyone, oh yeah, and then I don't know, I wonder too. Hang on, I realized something here too. Let's make this a wee bit smaller here. Oh, okay. One thing I don't like about the liquefied thing is that you have to reset. You make a mistake, you have to reset the whole thing. See, like I could do all this and be like, oh, I just want to go back one step. Nope, I got to redo the whole thing, or then I have to go out. So procreate if you're out there. Oh, nope, nope. Go back. Kind of like that too. I wanted him to have like a longer face. Hang on, let's go back out because I think that like resets it, you know. And then this doesn't really seem to be serving a purpose here at the moment. I think I was just trying to carve out his face. It's just kind of like this weird block of nothing right here. How does he look when he gets a goatee? Well, I don't want to put too many of the hairs on there just yet. Trying to get like the... Oh. Alright, that looks unhealthy. In a good way. Alright. Pointed chin. He would be all skinny. Oh, that looks horrible in a good way. Yeah, if he was kind of like skinny. Because then his cloak will come up and make him look, sinister. I like. Okay. Now that I've raised up his nose, I like that a lot better. I wonder if I could do that one more time. Make this a little smaller. As I apply my chapstick. Let me reset that. I kind of like the bump out. Yeah, come. I dig. Yeah. I think that's what I wanted in a face. I wanted it to basically come out and then just almost like come out and flat. Not curve and come out like a regular snout. I wanted, like I said, the high up and come down. And I think that I've just now achieved that with a little bit of a bump. Still not perfect, but I think there. Now we all know that I'm not good with the clothing, but here. That was we have our original guy, and then we had our dog face, which he looked super cool, but he was not what I was going for. So, afuera. All right, we're gonna duplicate this because I don't want to mess up. Now we'll add his little, chin whisker thingies and whatnot. Well, and again, this is still kind of the concept art phase. I want him to look unhealthy. Cool, you know. By the way, thank you all for spending your morning with me, or your afternoon, or your evening. Let's see. Yeah, there's just something about the hair and the face that just makes it look. But it would have to like so if my hair fell in my face, it just kind of does what it wants to. Because his face is flat, so I don't want it to be distracting. So this one comes out. I don't like that direction. Are you trying to draw a kimono? No. I'm gonna get a reference for clothing here in a second. This other stuff was just kind of like out of my mind. So obviously there were going to be some issues. See you later, Yo. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do gaming tonight. Of course. I meant to do it last night, and the game that I wanted to play just wouldn't work out, and I got frustrated. I got a little bit of the frustrated. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to set up my stream for today. And it's like I spent money on that game and I can't even figure out how to get it to play. I was talking to somebody and they were like, "Yeah, some of these older games, they just don't translate onto these newer computers and stuff like that." So, yeah, we'll figure out the eyes later in post. So, all right. So I wanted it to make it like he was, yeah, he's still a little too cat-like for me, but again, at the same time, the creature kind of is cat-like. Let me here I know context move for tech support. Works move. Here we go. Cloak drawing references. He's just kind of like throwing something on top of him. He ain't. Okay, but everybody's turned the wrong way. It's really hard to like shift your mind. You're doing that. Let's see. Well, we'll figure out something with the eyes there because they're not. They need to be. Who knows? Maybe his ears need to change. Maybe you know what? I wonder if his ear is too big. I don't want him to be cat-like, but I think that totally just did that. Maybe it needs to be. It's too big, but it needs to be like elf-like to make it more quote unquote. Kind of smushed his head too, didn't it? All right, well, we'll figure that out. All right, so basically, I don't really know what his body would look like. I guess I need to kind of figure that out before I do the cloak, which really sucks. By the way, if you're new here, we're trying to do our own version of Snow White, but with my OCs, my original characters. Wendy says, shout out to Wendy, by the way, I've got to go to the kitchen. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you. And the next time, ciao, ciao, or tot. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you for being here. I've been watching AZ and Mr. Porkchop rage while playing Split fiction and thought that could be a fun game for you. It's hard to tell. All right, I guess I need to get rid of this. I have some room to draw. I want this to be a horrible formed character, and then his shoulder would be here. And he's meant to. All right, so we'll just draw a ball for this for the. By the way, shout out to Carl's little cricket legs. Look at those things; they're so cute. Yeah, I feel like going to Disney. You know, they're getting rid of the water over in Magic Kingdom. I love that place. New to the world of Disneyland, a world, and yeah, so it makes me sad. I love Tom Sawyer's Island. Thank you, Psychotic Mongoose. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate all of you. But sometimes Mongoose just comes in like a wrecking ball, a really soft, delicate, fun, sweet wrecking ball. And it's just like, it looks good. Just another reason to not. There's a lot of reasons that are fun to visit Disney. You know, people complain a lot, but there's a lot of cool things to do at Disney. I think it depends on why you're going, you know? You know, it's still a magical place for children. I mean, let's face like, if I'm gonna be real, like, Disney's not really made for it shouldn't be, I don't think. It's not made for adults. It just became a hangout for adults. It's made for families. So it's like, okay. I mean, to be honest, I would rather, I would rather honestly, like, travel the world. But it's a nice it is a fun place to go, and the workers there are amazing. They do a really great job. Trying to give you an experience. Let's see. We're gonna draw an unhealthy. Well, to be fair, he's just kind of. He's gonna be draped in clothing, so this is kind of gives me an idea. He's starting to look more like Gollum. I need to play around more when I get to the final product of this character of what his body would look like, because you know he's part lion, part bat, part cricket. Who's trying to be human. What would that look like? Yeah, shout out to Wexo. Description box for his link. Lets me play it. Find him over on Spotify if we're concerned. Alright, so we're just kind of getting some pretty much kind of like the OG there, what he had going on. I just need to know where to drape clothing, and I don't think I'll get much further in the body than like this, because I haven't determined what he's going to fully look like. And like I said, this is just to help me know how to drape the clothing. So now it's more like we get to play with composition, size. I think, where's the trees? Let's get rid of the trees. Oh man, this is going to be so cool. I want him to be that ominous figure. Maybe we'll, he's supposed to be like the evil queen, just taking up space. Everything like that. And then we'll put the castle over on the other side. I think that's a pretty good placement for stuff. Yeah. And it does kind of look like he's looking down at Snow White. I can always redirect the eyes. Totally fine. Yeah, we don't need to pretend. All right, so I think what's important before I get onto the clothing is to figure out the hand. So, hand. How about we type in? Oh, that. All right, turn this way, and he's like got his hand up. Let's have we got some Nash ones. It's amazing, like depending on the way the hand is positioned, what it could mean. This is kind of like a whimsical, magical kind of hand. You got something like this where it's like another like magician or maybe you know a martial arts kind of thing. Just depends on what you do with your hand. Girly, kind of flirty. Like it just kind of it's so fascinating how much your hands can say and why and it is why it's so important. My problem is that anytime I want to draw a hand and look for a reference, it's always on the other side. Fortunately, since it's digital, wow, that's amazing. It's always on the other side. Okay. Wow, these hands are cool. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I know I have my basic structure now, but I don't know how appropriate it is. These ones are really cool. I do like the idea of just kind of like a traditional curling, kind of like this. Um, which I should just like hold that and try to draw, but I can't because I'm left-handed. That'd be really weird. All right, I need a hand that looks like this, unless there's something else that's super cool. Exactly. It kind of goes into that whole thing of, well, then we gotta learn how to draw the hands. Oh, that one's really cool, but it's upside down. Oh. Can it be? This lady has exactly what I need. And she even comes equipped with talons. I mean, they're just really long nails, but perfect. All right, lady. So, out and up. We're going to alter this just a bit. We're going to... Here it comes. 2 by 2, stepping right into all right. So it would like... She like bent. All right, so it goes... Let's just give it a little more organic vibe. And then it goes up. And so it's like a weird little triangle like that. And then the thumb. I'm doing a little ball joint here. Trying to remember what Maria said about like sausages and things like that. And then this just kind of turns just a little bit. Another ball joint at the tip. And then from here, this area, we have the knuckle. A little ways. And then it's bent. Haha. Knuckle. And just a little. Oh man, there's so much. Well, let me get like this down and then we can play around with the other fingers here. So. Just we can be stylized if we so choose to be. Because why? Why not? Why not? Because it looks stupid, that's why. Let me just give it a little bit of a curl. Just kind of erase it. See where we're at. Okay. It kind of gets a little twisted there. Let's get rid of that. Just gonna leave that for now. Let me shorten this. A really long thumb. Let's try our liquefy again. Oh dear heavens, that's really big. Are we figuring out? Are we figuring out? Might be. You might be. Alright, let's not get cocky. Okay. Alright. Hope you guys are hitting the like button on your way in, BT Dub. Yeah, because okay. Makes sense because it's squishy. And then it's fine if they look a little gangly and weird too, because again, stylistic choice. But also, he's unhealthy. He's like dying, like or something. Oh, what a menacing! Oh, look at that! Oh, look at that menacing hand. I feel like cleaning this up a little bit here. Can't wait to get to coloring this. We're a long ways from coloring though, because look at poor Kevin. Look at poor Kevin. Look at poor Kevin. I love this little derpy version of Fredward though. He's super cute. The best one that came out, well, Carl, and then Donker. Look, he kind of looks like Winnie the Pooh. I love it. Looks really good. Thank you, Jared. All right, so we got these out the way. How many Carl? Oh, this is a bad reference. So Carl, let's go have a look. Where's Carl? Okay, so he's got basically 4. Good. By the way, if you didn't see, I finished Donker in his little world like that. Look at how happy he is. I know someone messaged me and said it reminds me of the cartoons from the 90s, and that was such a compliment because we all love us some 90s cartoons. And Nigel, what is up? Is in that thing? Hello. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Or is it morning? 8 minutes until it's no longer morning, Nightsaber. Welcome in, crew. Working on our own Snow White image here. We're just getting our quote-unquote evil queen, our villain, taken care of in the background before we move on to Snow White and her dwarfs. We just also, I'm going to have to figure out how to put a 7th one in there because if you're wondering, it's like, yes, so we've got 1 because guts count. He's a separate entity. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, all right, now we're just gonna get another finger in here, so it kind of like goes up this way, and we are. I think it's right here, so it's kind of like up in this way. But how are you doing, Nigel? You keeping it real, as they say? Okay, so we're just gonna do the same thing. Yep, got you on while I hit some food. Nice. What are you eating? What are we eating? Donkey has the energy I strive to have in life. Yes. I would assume that Donkey has, what the ADHD, has the touch of the ADHD. Okay. Get another awesome finger going on in here. Now we need to corn dogs and cheese doodles. Lightsaber. Throw some vegetables in there for yourself. For me and for yourself, my dude. Drink some water. Which, by the way, thanks for that, Lightsaber. Thanks for that friendly reminder. Okay, this one just kind of comes out of left field here. Oh, so it's kind of like. The hand is on point. I know, it's the only thing that's been on point. That's because you can find a proper reference for a hand, but it's really hard to find a reference for a lion, bat, cricket, human. They don't make them, they don't make them anymore. So Nigel's prepping dinner. My dude. Dinner already? Well, I'm going to assume then you're on the other part of you're on the other side of the world. T'other side. T'other side of the world. Oh, this goes through. Okay, so that makes total sense. And then there's like this weird, comes out. Pinky's out. It's so I'm gonna have to fudge this reference because obviously this is a human hand that I'm looking at, and I'm trying to modify it. Let's see, my pinky. Yep, there's your and oh, that looks terrible. There's ketchup and mustard on the dogs. Qualify as a vegetable? Of course not. Of course not. All right, well, let's just see if we can clean this up. Let's see where our mistakes lie. Man, you know what I've been wanting to draw so badly? What I want to get back to creating, I don't know, I say OGs. It's really kind of OGs from my live streaming days. But see, it's not looking like it's curved. Hands are so normally we wouldn't see this part. I've been wanting to get back into my jeans. I don't know if you guys remember my jeans. Ah, that's a little bit better. Oh, a little bit, but it's a little. Yeah, now he's doing like the OK symbol. That's stupid. All right, let's try that again. I want to get back to my genies. I wanted to finish their world. We never came up with a name for the purple one. We got the name for the pink one or the red one, and all right, we're gonna do the. Probably just needs to come up higher. We're just gonna like maybe fudge things. Let's just see what happens. Yeah. I feel like his you turn it sideways. I feel like his hands look like bugs. Hey, it's Maria lurking because she at the office. Don't forget Friday night back on this channel. Maria and I will be back for more dragon drawing lessons. If you missed Maria's, yeah, can go over to Unlocking Lore and get that episode. People have submitted their dragons that they've created while watching our streams. Amazing. I have a Sailor Moon look. Face buns are fun, you know? I had some homemade beef stew loaded with veggies last night. Shredded a pot roast and... Oh, okay. All right, Night Saber. I'll let it pass this time. Still need to drink your water, okay? Drink your milk. Your mother worries. I don't think it's terrible. But yeah, we're going to be drawing whole dragons this next time around. I think once I color it, that will also help. Again, it's like trying to think in a three-dimensional way on a two-dimensional surface. And it can be hard. So I think I can always try to fix that later on. Unless we just want to like do one of these weird like pinkies that are, you know, back here. Just like a scorpion's tail. But all right. So we have our general sketch for our bad guy, which works a little bit better maybe than him. That's why you can see I tried to liquefy this here to bring it closer because it was so far out. For the sake of the composition of the poster here, I needed to be closer, although it kind of looks like it's at an angle, which is super cool because yeah, but it's okay. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but get rid of that. So now that I have this, I'm going to make a separate layer and I'm going to do it in, I guess we'll just go back to black here. And we're going to look at our cloak reference, wherever it went. Do, do. Oh, a villain cloak. They have that? Nice. What would my guy look like? Oh man, this would be such a cool outfit for Dastian. All right. Well, I don't want the hood up. Oh, this is really cool. We could make him a little stylish. I'm not good with clothing. That's something that I'm trying to figure out too. Like something that I'm trying to get better about is like clothing. I am certainly nobody that designs. No, I would think it would be really cool if he had some kind of cloak. Obviously, it's gonna like. Clothing's kind of hard. Yeah, this is just like covering up his neck and stuff like that. All right, come on. Which I kind of want to. Again, I don't want it to be like, he's sickly. Like, that's not, it's not the point. So this isn't. Okay, so. If I don't answer, it's because I have pause or put off the sound so I won't get caught. It's terrible. So you just need to get those earbud thingies, and that way, you just say, I'm using it to dampen the sound. Sometimes I do that when I go to places and the noise is overwhelming. It's not that I'm listening to music or anything. I just, you can get overwhelmed by the sound, and so some earbuds just kind of dampen the sound. Wow, there's so many cool cloaks. What? This one's really cool, but what about... I just need I can't. I have to be ready for the phone. Oh, you got one of those jobs. Huh. No, thank you for answering the call. Perk of being an artist receptionist. All right, what is the basics of drawing a cloak? Like, yeah. I need it from the side, people. I need it from the side. Your rendered images are useless to somebody like me. I ain't living the dream yet. That's the attitude. Yet. These things are just useless. They're pretty. Well, to hide his neck, maybe he will have like something that covers it up. He's wearing a turtleneck or maybe a dickie, Let's just pretend he's got that. Probably one of my best pieces ever. What? I did finish my Ghost Rider sketch card. Where is it? Oh, I'm falling in love with Copa more. Yeah. It doesn't. No, a cloak doesn't automatically come with a hood, Terra Crystal. A cloak, most of the time, like when you're just saying a cloak, it doesn't have necessarily, right? Or is that's considered a shoot, what's the word? Not all. Let me just. There's a cape and a cloak. Yeah. You're right. But so then I'm thinking more of a cape. But yeah, I know that there would be extra fold in the back of it. I need right now is just mainly I think I was on the right track. I'm looking at this one. It's basically Bruno. We don't talk about him. And it is basically just this, drape, wrinkles, just kind of falls. So I think that might be the problem. I might need to type in like hunchback. It would be kind of neat to make it a lot cooler. I also thought it would be neat because like the Evil Queen, something that's a little more high up, a little more regal, which surprisingly came together pretty quickly just now. I think my problem... Yeah, how would it fall? Use any of Anakin Skywalker Jedi for the reference? That it doesn't really matter the character. I have a ton of cloak references here. Most of the time, people are looking at them from a really cool point, like they're flaring or they're from the front. I've got to find the specific one in this particular angle because material falls differently. It doesn't help that I'm not drawing this on a human body. So we'll get there. We'll get there. 'Cause then it's not, I guess it's more of like a robe, I guess, also what I'm making too. Yeah, cape doesn't. Is the fact that he's got something for his arm. So it's gonna be a lot of the folds. Let's see, don't they kind of like gather and crumple up right in here kind of thing. Kind of like so. Oh, I'm doing this in the wrong spot, aren't I? Yeah, yeah. Physics too. Physics. I'm gonna fall down this way. How long do I want? I used to be really good at this part. Because it doesn't line up. A Khajiit from Elder Scrolls? Yeah. I'm thinking of this wrong. It's from the side. It wouldn't fall like that. Trying to draw it from a different perspective and it's not. Gigi, after you're done with that, you can draw a cute little green alien girl, but she looks like she's made out of slime. Why would I do that? I know. I was thinking about that last night. I'm like, I need to figure out how to hook my Xbox up so I don't have to buy Skyrim again and continue my journeys on in the land of Tamriel. You're right, Nigel. You're right. I should be. I should be totally doing a Skyrim stream, but oh no. Okay, well, hang on. Morning. I wasn't saying, oh no, because Nadia is here. I was saying, oh no, because it's like, is that a cat person? See, I knew it. Something's wrong. We'll render it. We'll fix it. So Nadia, I am trying to do my own original character that he looks like this in my hand drawing, right? And he was supposed to be like this cat, not a cat. He's supposed to be a mix between a lion, a bat, and a cricket, but the cricket part's only his legs. And you're just teasing. No, you're saying the truth. There's something about his face that's still not quite what I want, but we've been working on this for a long time, and this is the best that we've got to. So right now, I'm just gonna like work on his clothing. Thanks for calling to attention my charities. Appreciate it, Nadia. What would I do without you? No. uh, right, exactly. I know, but I guess when I think of lion and a cat, there's a lot of differences in the facial structure. I'm obviously the size, but like cats' faces aren't as blocky. I don't know. But you're right. You're right. I gotta just I'm disappointed in myself. So just the way that I am every day. Uh, anyway, I gotta bounce before I get busted and I'm forced to live the dream. Sometimes you gotta take the leap, Maria. I still love Oblivion more than Skyrim. Color palette movements, this is warmer. I watched my brother play Oblivion. I never played it myself. Maybe I'll have to visit that. Thank you. Thank you. I tried. We had a hair malfunction earlier. One of my things snapped. So had to okay, I'm gonna go run, get an extra literally while I was on stream. So I was like, I gotta go run and get an extra butterfly to pin these things in place. All right, so this would just kind of fall down and then it would sort of gather here. But hope you're doing well, Nadia. Hope that you're conquering everything over there on your channel. Horror with Now. You're into the horror. You like it. Check out Nadia's channel. She had tugs on. Was it yesterday? I believe it was. I was lurking. Yeah, I was. I was lurking for a little while. That was me. If you were wondering who it was in the back there. I mean, we were living in horror for the last 4 years. I woke up this morning, checked Instagram because reasons, notifications and whatnot, and they posted that it's been 5 years today, or this month at least, when the world shut down. And it was like 5 years. 5 years since the world united in a problem. Wow, it's been 5 years? Why does it feel like it was, and I was agreeing with other people, it's like, why does it feel like it was just 2 years ago? But life just passing us by. 5 years. All right, so it's not perfect, but he's not. I mean, it ain't bad. It ain't bad. It ain't bad. Here we go. And then we don't need to worry about too much of the rest of it. I think this will work. If let's see, I'm gonna duplicate this, get rid of this, and then if we erase the parts that we are not supposed to, I'm gonna jet to work for a meeting. But have a great day, everyone. Have a good day yourself, Nadia. Have a great time at work. As they say, don't do whatever you like whatever you do. I say that to myself as I work on my cat creature that's not supposed to be a cat. But he does look menacing. He looks evil, right? Like you could tell right away that this is the bad guy in our story. So there we go. We get rid of that. We can then kind of see where we messed up. And by we, I mean me, of course. But this is, again, it's not the full render. I think that looks much better. I would assume that this area would bulk up. He's giving me Thriller vibes with that. No. He looks like Michael Jackson. He reminds me of Dagda Moore, a character from the Sword of Shannara book series. I've not. I watched the show and I was repulsed by it, and for my own personal reasons. And so I never gave the books a try, but I probably should, because as we know, the books are always better. But yeah, I'm okay. I like this character. Adding a little bit of the details here really helps, and we'll clean up the face as we go. But if I get rid of this, because I don't want to block out, we pretend like the characters are all finished and nothing's in their way. I think we have a nice. He might be too big. Let's see. Let's gather this and this. Put them up here. And depending on the color and everything like that, but I wonder if he's too big. I feel like he's too small because he's like you put him here and he's just posters are meant to be dramatic. Should we turn him a little bit? Yeah, the books are much better than the bad series. Yeah, I love me a good story, and when the characters that hardly know each other start, my personal preference, you can say whatever you want. It was like you just start sleeping around with all the different characters and they barely know each other. Then it was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that wasn't, I didn't realize that was bad. I didn't realize I shouldn't have done that and that there would be consequences to my actions. Oh my god, forgive me. It's like so stupid. And I think that's, don't tell Lily, but I think that's probably one of the reasons why I don't really like Austin Butler. It honestly is not his fault. It's not his fault. I mean, yeah, he agreed to do the series, but like, it's not his fault. Like they directed him to do that, be that kind of character. But it's just like ever since that, you just get a bad taste in your mouth for different people for whatever reason, and you just like every time you see them, it kind of brings up that memory. And so that's what I think in my head. Like every time I see Austin Butler, I'm like, oh, terrible, terrible series. Which again is not his fault, but it's that association. Oh, I think this might work because then this area here kind of goes like it flows. It's like going down and then goes here, or you could say it's like this. It could have fits. Well, we'll see. The books are always better. Okay, so we're gonna leave him, whatever his name is, I forget. We're gonna leave him like this for now. And that was a lot of work. He's still not done. Something I wonder that I should maybe do. Let's see if this will help change my mind a little bit. Thankfully, I had people steer me away from that series. Yeah, I love me a good fantasy. And so when all that, I was like, nope, this ain't for me. I wonder, I'm just curious. What if I did this in black? I'm going to go ahead and ink it already. Studio pen. How big is this? Too big. Just curious if we had cleanup on aisle 5, would I be more happy with the way that he's turned out? Well, I say cleaner, but if he was black, if he stood out a little more, would I be happier with how he came out? And we were going to maybe shrink the ears. But we'll do that at a later date. There's just something about the cleaner lines. It's like gives it that finished look. So it just kind of lets us know we have faith in it. And we don't really know what we're doing with the eyes yet. So kind of want to know what they look like if they're solid black. Whew. Okay, that's pretty evil. I mean, Carl's eyes are supposed to be like glowing white. But what we're going to do is just do that. I'm going to get rid of the... Yeah. Okay, how does that look? It's still not exactly what I envisioned, but it's a lot better. Handsome Gollum, says Indigo Shark. Yeah, so we'll figure that out. It's better, I think. Take that away. Oh my gosh. But guys, I've got stuff that I've got to do. I've got videos to edit. I've got more artwork to make. I'm still on my Pokemon kick. I just showed the Pokemon that I worked on to the person that gave me the challenge, but now I have to work on the next challenge. Our dear friend Nomi has now given me Pokemon that I need to try to see if I know how to draw. And so that's going to be coming up here in the summertime. So that's why I have to get to work because other people are sending me Pokemon. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and that you just helped me get through my streaming struggles that have been just so frequent lately. And I don't know what it is. I don't know. But hopefully we'll get back to gaming. Hopefully I can find a game that I would enjoy. I have a hard time spending money on games that I don't play regularly. Like I love games like Skyrim and Dragon Age and Mass Effect, where it's like you can play it over and over again. It never gets old. And there's different outcomes to the story. And it's just such a good story as well. But I do also like world building ones, but I'm also particular about that as well because the game that I wanted to show you was from the Impressions Games studio. And they do Poseidon and Zeus and Pharaoh and Caesar. And those are I've been playing those games for, how old am I? 20 years, almost, if not. And they're not cooperating with my setup. So I have to figure that out. I hate that I spent money on it and I can't even show you guys. So it was like spending money for no reason. But Jacob Ironside says artwork looks great. I think it's coming along nicely. It's really, really good concept art here. And so I can't wait to. And so like over here is just going to be like over here is going to be like just a castle, you know. I think I have that in my original concept art somewhere, unless I deleted it. Oh wow, there it is. There's the little castle. It's going to be up front there at some point. But thank you guys again for hanging out, and we'll try to get some gaming. I'll do something more else I think tonight. But let's see. Until then, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day.
If I was watching this video, I would like it. I would like the video and I would probably subscribe because this is so thoroughly entertaining and also well executed.